Hey guys, Brandon Laser here, and in this video we're going to be taking a preview look at a few cards, or a couple cards, from Abyss Rising. And the two cards I picked to preview today are Retaliation and Cashback. These are both counter traps, and one of them is a regular rare in Japan, and one of them is a common. And I'll get into that when I talk about them. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is Cashback. Now what Cashback does is when your opponent pays life points to activate a spell, trap, or monster effect, negate the activation, and if you do, shuffle that card back into the deck. So basically what that means is if they pay any amount of life points, if their effect after they activate a spell, a trap, or whatever needs them to pay life points as a cost, then you can activate Cashback and then stop the effect, and then it shuffles whatever card you just countered back into their deck. So it's kind of like a pseudo removal, and it's very situational. You know, there aren't a lot of cards that people play that you pay life points to activate, but two that come to mind right away are Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment. Another one that comes to mind is Judgment Dragon. So if you're playing against people who are playing, you know, basically everybody plays Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment, and then JD player, you know, Light Sworn players will play JD. But if you know you're playing against a JD player and you're not maining Cashback, you can maybe side it in for when they get their JD. But everybody plays basically warnings and judgments. So basically what that means is they pay their costs, you activate the trap, and then half their life points are gone, or 2,000 life points of their life points are gone, and then their trap gets negated, and you saved whatever you were trying to play. Unless they have another one to chain, then whatever, they gotta pay more life, but you know, that's very situational as well. So those are the three cards that come off of mine, you know, just off the top of my head real quick. So yeah, it stops some pretty big threats. It's a counter, basically. You're gonna be using it to counter other counters, or a JD, or you know, whatever other spell, trap, or monster effects that you need to pay life points to activate. You know, I guess if people bring out Thought Ruler, that's very far and in between. You know, I really like Thought Ruler, but whatever, that's the point. Essentially, it's probably going to be more used for stopping other people's warnings, stopping other people's judgments, and maybe JD. Okay, the other card we're looking at is Retaliation. I like this one a lot better. I think this one is going to make people play very conservatively when they play stuff, because basically this sets you up for getting something back. Retaliation says when your opponent activates a card with the same name as a spell or trap card in your graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then you can add one card from your graveyard with the same name as the destroyed card to your hand. So basically what that means is if they play Monster Reborn, you counter it if you have a Monster Reborn in your graveyard. And then if you have a Monster Reborn in your graveyard, which you would have to activate the card anyway, you add Monster Reborn from your graveyard and put it to your hand. So, or what this allows you to do basically is play heavy willy-nilly. And you go heavy, let me hit those two backfield, cool, and then, you know, set maybe Retaliation, sorry. Set Retaliation and a Starlight Road. And, you know, now when your opponent plays heavy, you have the option of Starlight Roading or playing Retaliation, stopping it, and getting your heavy back again. So, you know, cards like that will make people kind of slow down a little more again, you know, play a little bit more safe. I think this card is going to be really cool. This card is actually, I think, a common in Japan. Yeah, it's a common in Japan, and Cashback is a rare. I think that their rarities will be switched in America, or I think actually Retaliation might get a rarity boost. I could see Retaliation becoming a super or a regular rare, and then Cashback becoming either staying a regular rare or becoming a common. But yeah, those are those two trap previews from Abyss Rising. That set will be coming out soon. Basically, a couple more counter traps that you can add to your deck besides Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment. I think Retaliation will see a lot of play when it comes out because everybody plays basically the same staples. You know, that's why they're called staples. They hold the deck together. So yeah, so those are those two cards from the next set coming out. Just be ready for that. If you like the video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button to see when I put out new videos. And thanks for watching.